What's up, guys? It's your boy Parag. Welcome back to the Hard Challenge. Day 33. Your boy went on the walk. Some light for me. Feeling pretty good. I think I got like 7 hours of sleep, or maybe 6. I don't know yet. I think 6. But it's a new day. Your boy does have work today, but we gotta knock out the routine. You get what I'm saying? If you want to skip to the workout today is a leg day. You can skip over there. My legs actually feel pretty sore, so I'm gonna go hard today, but I'm gonna ease up when it comes to like my quads because my quads have been mad sore for a minute. But every day we always answer a question from the book itself. We got a few more questions left. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty sure that this book will run out once, like it will run out probably end of next week. So by then, I'm probably gonna just like have a question from like Google or something. So anyways, the question yesterday was, what goals do you want to accomplish by the end of this year? There's a lot. But for this question, what is holding you back from being the best version of yourself? Damn. I think for that, mainly would just probably be distractions. It's like there's a lot of times, like even now, like yeah, I'm sticking to a routine. Yes, I'm recording. Yes, I'm being true to what I said. However, there has been some times when I'm like, okay, yo, I'm gonna stream every day for an hour, or like, oh, I'm gonna sleep at like 10 o'clock to get my full 8 hours of sleep. But I don't. I like go on TikTok, I doom scroll, and like in a way, it's like I feel good because I posted and I stick to the routine. But then I feel guilty because I said stuff that I was gonna do, but I don't do it. So I would say like the biggest thing would probably just be like doom scrolling. I think that's probably valid. Another thing would probably be, I don't know, I think another thing would be like not challenging myself every day, because I feel like every day I kind of just I like staying in like a comfortable area in my life. I feel like if I really want to grow, I gotta like step outside my comfort zone. And yeah, and like in the future, I'm definitely gonna be making some more public videos. Maybe might do like a public interview, or I might be just be vlogging outside. Anyways, aside from that point, let's get on to the reading section for today. So yesterday, we were talking about hookup culture. We're talking about a guy's story that he had like a threesome. I don't know why they put that in the book. I was kind of uncomfortable reading that, I'm not gonna lie. But on to the next. Already starting off with a crazy word. What does that word even mean, bro? What is that? Eglinton? What the fuck? They think it's like Toronto. What's going on? Or Scarborough, I mean. Eglinton. I tried. Politics was the source of a casual sex as a new social form legitimate for both genders. Yet, it has been frequently associated with a masculine form of sexuality, both in scholarly literature and in popular stereotypes. This is for a number of reasons. The first is that men have always enjoyed more sexual freedom than women, and can thus roam the sexual field with little more normative constraint. I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. Sexual promiscuity, bro. What is this word? Sexual promiscuity is a mark of sexual power for men, while the woman it is either ambiguous or a sign of morality, inferiority status. Second, it is the fact that men have not been compelled to use sexuality as a leverage to receive social and economic resources, and thus have no reason to implicate their whole self in sexuality. Women's approach to sexuality, on the other hand, is more emotional because it is more economic. That is, used a resource exchange for another, material or social resources. Sexuality for women has higher stakes and thus implicates the self. The third reason why casual sex seems to characterizes men's sexuality is that masculine is more tautologic. Is that even a... Guys, is this even a word? What does that even mean? Y'all see that? Wait. The fuck is that? Tautologically defined by the capacity to have the display many sexual many sexual partners. Sorry, I'm a bit tired now. As scholar of masculinity, Robert Connell puts it, for many men, to be masculine is to bang a lot of women. What? A claim largely confirmed by Rachel O'Neill's studies of men attending seduction workshops to learn how to have as much sex as possible. That's a thing? Bro. Finally, casual sex entails detachment, which in turn provides power and, as such, is a trope of masculinity. In the same way that a masculinist reason has advocated a separation of emotions and reason in all domains of economy, politics and law, hegemonic masculinity tends to separate emotions from sexuality. Classic hegemonic masculinity is defined by the capacity to both accumulate sexual and casual encounters and dispose of women. Donald Trump is the ideal type of such masculinity. See next chapter. Donald Trump. For example, Amber Rose, a 49-year-old finance professor in Paris, defines the ideal woman as follows, okay? After you have sex with women, she never leaves in the middle of the night. Forget it. That would be too good. No, she will stay in the morning and she wants to cuddle, have breakfast. Gosh, the ideal woman is one who leaves in the middle of the night. She leaves on the table a goodbye note saying it was great without her phone number. That's the ideal woman. Bro, what is this guy talking about? He's 49. Bro, he don't got like a family? Why is he even saying this? Ironically, perhaps casual sex has been a market of a feminist politics precisely because it signals autonomy, pleasure, power, and detachment. Guys, all I'm gonna say is banging a lot of women does not make you masculine, in my opinion. If anything, that just makes you like, if you think about it, like the seed. Okay, it's getting too in detail, but let me just speak. The seed that we men have in our bodies and that we give out to other people, it's like I feel like that's important. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you can't just be banging I mean, if you want, go ahead, but it's like, you know what? I can't even say anything because I've done some bad stuff in the past. So I what's that quote again? I think it's from the Bible. Okay, don't quote me on this. I don't think it's from the Bible. It could be, but I did see it on a TikTok comment. But it's like, how can I judge someone else when I myself am not perfect? I don't know exactly where that quote from, but I resonate with that quote because if you want to judge someone, you gotta be like actually perfect. But no one's perfect, right? Everyone got their flaws. Everyone got blah blah blah. Anyways, next page. A woman accounts for her pleasure in casual sex in the popular lifestyle site Refinery29. I've had a lot of one-night stands and lots of long-term relationships. They're both part of life. If that's what you like, it's a choice issue. My one-night stands made me feel empowered and beautiful as all I wanted was sex. I got it. I left with no expectations, all the power. However, I did get tripped up on my last one-night stand. He demanded my number. I said we didn't have to pretend it was more than a one-night stand and that he forgot my name. Clearly, what is performed here is a ritual of emotional detachment and lack of expectations that provide this woman with a sense of power and autonomy. Resentment of men's approach to sexuality. One may further surmise that for this woman, casual sex is a pleasure because it bestows a quality found in symmetrical detachment and lack of expectations. From a historical standpoint, given that men have privileged casual sexuality, achieving equality has demanded from women the same assertion of detachment. Another confirmation of the hypothesis that casual sex is a male form of sex can be found in the important study on women and casual sex undertaken by Laura Hamilton and Elizabeth A. Armstrong. Studying female college student sexuality, the researchers have found that casual sex is in fact a way for women to put aside the ideal matronymy and to devote themselves to build up a career. The college students who do not necessarily interested in pursuing relationships are looking for jobs, with casual sex being a strategy to maximize the conditions of the search. Casual sexuality is a route to get ahead faster, concentrate on studies, and achieve career goals. What the author called the self development imperative makes less likely and more difficult the time consuming and the greedy commitment relationships before establishing one's career. Thus, casual sex is implicitly commended by Hamilton and Armstrong because it functions as a gender equalizer. And this is in brackets. A woman who would fall in love is more likely to marry, have a child, and exclude her early from their path to a career. What? This also suggests that casual sex is a stripped for a non-relation. If casual sex has been a mark of feminist politics, it is because it mimics male power, as it is a trope of anonymity and signals to the capacity to detach to solely for one's pleasure, to obliterate care and reciprocity, and to pursue market subjectivity. Casual sex for women is a marker of equality in the mutuality of detachment. But far from being enclosed social form, casual sex reverberates on the entire structure of relationality, changing the formation, content, duration of relationships. In other words, the practice of casual sex must be understood in the broader social analogy of social bonds, as it transforms significantly what I have called the architect and ecological of choice, the grammar of sexual romantic choice, the ways in which people engage and disengage from relationships, choose or unchoose each other. To analyze such sexuality only for the pleasures it enables would be equivalent to analyzing Walmart Corporation for the pleasure it gives people looking for cheap bargains. People may enjoy buying cheap goods, yet the analysis of shoppers' pleasure would yield no insight whatsoever on the corporate field in which Walmart operates, on which it turn impacts. In the same way, the undeniable and varied pleasures that casual sex gives to men and women cannot give us an insight on the overall structure of relationships casual sex hampers or sustains. Casual sex then must be understood in the context of a broader social ecology of heterosexual relations defined by the freedom to be entered into and disengaged from. It's a crazy way of saying it. This freedom, as I said to show, has introduced a fundamental uncertainty in the process of entering a relationship and choosing a partner because in a situation of freedom, men exert an indirect and subtle power when entering the sexual exchange. I will never understand. Again, I'm not trying to argue. Anyways, next chapter a bit. Casualness and uncertainty. Uncertainty is not ambiguity that inheres in the capacity of words to mean more than one thing, and in the fact that actors' intentions are not always transparent. The first can be enjoyable, while the second does not usually excite anxiety. Uncertainty pertains to the fact that the grounds of interaction cannot be taken for granted, that the definition of a situation is up for grabs, that the rules to conduct an interaction are unclear. While actors aim for clarity, uncertainty has thus a redirect psychology of impact that can exchange discomfort and embarrassment to anxiety and insecurity. Indeed, uncertainty usually generates anxiety and only rarely is addressed in a playful way. In the introduction to the book Ethnographies of Uncertainty from Africa, the editors Elizabeth Cooper and David Pertine, hold up, next page. Can I flip a page? Can I? Alright, sorry guys. Emphasize such emotional content of uncertainty as a view it as a structural true feeling. The lived experience of a persuasive sense of vulnerability, anxiety, hope, and possibility meditated through the material amble bags that underpin, saturate, and sustain everyday life. Below the surface of pleasurable, multiple orgasmic experiences simmer contradictory, perplexing, and social experiences that are fundamentally structured by the management of uncertainty. Some actors are skillful at managing uncertainty, others learn to manage uncertainty through the maze of self-help advice, and still others retreat in self-defeat. Okay, next chapter. Uncertain frames. According to Irving Goffman, it's an interesting name. All interactions between human beings are organized within frames, where frames are conceived as a cognitive, perceptual, and social process that allows actors to pick up the cues, the schemas, or the patterns of an interaction in order to label the interaction and orientate themselves in it. As observed in the previous chapter, the main result of the automation of sexuality as a sphere of action is that modern heterosexuality relationships have no built in technology and their course is splintered. Here is a facious but telling example of the way in which splintering of accounting in three possible and separate regimes of action, emotional, sexual, and matronormal, introduces an uncertainty about the very frame and definition of interaction. In a video posted on the website of American magazine, The New Yorker, the following comic exchange takes place among five young women. The first addresses her group of friends and entrusts them with the urgent mission of deciphering her perplexing situations. Okay, let's read the tea. All right, sorry. Ladies, thank you for being here today. We have a virtual situation on our hand, and I appreciate your judgment, expertise, and discretion. I'll brief you quickly. I first met Kevin Harper 1 week ago. Today, at my weird friend's birthday drinks, we talked briefly. He did not ask for my number. 3 days later, he Facebooked a friend, requested me, and asked me to get a drink later that week. When I showed up, he's there with his friends. One of them is a girl. She's prettier than me, but not by much. Bruh. His friends leave. We have another drink. Just the two of us. We do not kiss. The question that faces us today, was it like a date or what? I'll give my sense before I read this. Was that a date? Not really. No. I mean, maybe. I think it was a date after the friends left. I would say it's a date, but before that, no. Young woman 2. Did he invite you back to his place? She responded, no, but only because he is unemployed and living with his aunt right now. Young other girl asked, did you touch each other at all? She said, his hand grazed my boob during drink 3. It could have been an accident. Someone else asked, was the vibe flirty? I think so. Did he buy you drinks? No, but that might be just because he's poor, right? Let's hope so. Did he mention any other girls? No. Is he gay? No. I found evidence of at least 2 prior ex-girlfriends on his Facebook and Instagram feeds. I don't know girls. No kiss. Not a good indicator. But that doesn't mean anything. He could have just been nervous. No way. This is Matt Wiseman in 09 all over again. 3 dates, no kiss. We cannot have that. We cannot repeat that again. We all remember Matt Wiseman, okay? He didn't deserve her. Why'd you even bring it up? The warning signs here are all the exact same. Oh, the warning signs. Everyone knows you have it out for me. Ladies, please, let's not lose our heads here. This is too important. Have you established counseling this morning? Yeah, I texted him, hey, that's a fun, nice winky face. He wrote back, yeah. Did he send an emoji? No. Man, I ain't reading all this bullshit, bro. Okay, that is the 5th page for today. But hey, I don't know how I feel about that. Like, it's still crazy how like they're explaining casual sex, but it's like the fact that people actually do it baffles me. I mean, honestly, hey man, I can't judge. I can't judge. But hey, that's the reading section for today. Let's get on to the leg workout. Watch me destroy my glutes, my quads, my calves, and my hips. Leg day. Okay, we're doing some squats here. I'm not gonna lie, I felt a lot of pain on my quads, so I didn't push too hard today. And I think I need to fix my form because low-key my lower back was also hurting as well. So I think next workout I might swap out the squats for like lunges instead. But anyways, next workout we're doing, this was a superset and we're hitting the glutes. I know this is kind of a pause. However, I sit down all day for work, so gotta make sure my glutes are active. Next we're doing some calf raises. Damn, I got some monstrous calves, do I not? I like doing single because single because I do have one dumbbell, so it's easier. But I feel like if I do 2, like I don't feel the contraction as much. And then we're ending off the workout with some tibialis raises. Guys, this is really important for your knees, for playing ball, especially like, it's just really important to have these upgraded. But hey, that's the light workout for today. Boo! Your boy's looking looking like a meal, I might say. But overall, feeling pretty good. Tomorrow is stretching and just like abs day, so not gonna be too crazy. But Monday will be arms, so I'm excited for that. I think I'm not gonna lie. I think arms or chest day is probably like my top 2 favorite to hit. I ain't gonna lie. And then for breakfast, literally we had 1 scoop of oatmeal, scoop of protein powder, blueberries, raspberries, strawberries, 1 scoop of peanut butter, like a spoon of a spoon of peanut butter, and then like a teaspoon of black coffee beans, water, protein powder, and creatine. I forgot to take a picture of it before because my mind was kind of on autopilot, and by the time I finished it, I'm like, oh shit, wait, I gotta take a picture. So it's empty. But hey, on to the lunch. Hey, for lunch we had a bowl of some chicken curry. You know, same thing from yesterday. And the other bowl we had some quinoa salad. Overall, you know, staying healthy, making sure everything's all good and regulated. There was some spinach in the chicken. Not gonna lie, the spinach was it was really bitter, but ate through that. Onto the lunch, we had some leftover noodles. I made sure that I got some noodles in there, so like there's carbs in there. However, you know, it is covered with oil, so I didn't put too much. However, the salad is low-key blocking it, but there is shrimp in here as well. So shrimp, and then, you know, we got a big big portion of salad, making sure everything's all good and healthy. We got tomatoes, carrots, lettuce, cilantro, corn, all that good stuff. And then for my late night treats, we had a matcha latte, regular size. I think this is like under 300 calories, I'm pretty sure, so it's not too bad. And then I did go, I don't know why, but after my work, I felt pretty lazy. So I'm like, bro, I gotta move my body. So boom, your boy went on like a little jog. I'm not gonna lie, I feel pretty proud. It took me 19 minutes around that to do like 3 kilometers approximately. So not too shabby. But hey, thank you guys for watching the video. It's been your boy Parag. That is day 33 complete. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for day 34. Thank you guys for watching. I know that I've been doing this for like, I don't know how much days. Well, 33 days in a row. But hey, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.